Pokemon fact number 1. Did you know that Bulbasaur was banned from being traded online by a censorship filter? The reason being that Bulbasaur's name included a German insult, which was Sau spelled S-A-U, meaning literally a pig. And due to an oversight, Bulbasaur's name would be wrongly flagged in the system. As a result, English Bulbasaurs without nicknames were banned from being traded online. Pokemon fact number 2. Did you know that Ivysaur is not based on a dinosaur? Despite Ivysaur's name including saur, as in dinosaur, Ivysaur and its family are actually based on a type of prehistoric toad. Beelzebufo. Beelzebufo was basically a large toad from the Cretaceous period, and its name translates to devil toad. Oh my god, it's a Pokemon fact! Number 3. Did you know that the flower on Venusaur's back is based on a real plant? Venusaur's flower seems to be based on the Rafflesia arnoldi, also known as the corpse flower. It produces the single largest flower on Earth, and it's known to smell like rotting corpses. Strangely, Venusaur's Pokédex mentions that its flower has a pleasant aroma that can soothe people's emotions. Venusaur actually shares its flower's origins with another Pokemon that's meant to smell much worse. Vileplume. I see you've come to learn the Pokemon fact. Number 4. Did you know that Charmander is based on a myth involving real-life salamanders? Salamanders are small lizards and often hibernate during the winter inside wooden logs. In the past, people would unknowingly throw these logs on their fires. The salamanders would wake from hibernation and run out of the flames. Logically, people thought, hot damn, I guess salamanders are fire creatures born from fires. And so that myth led us to the inspiration for Charmander. Oh, they forgot the Pokemon fact. Number 5. Did you know that Charmeleon's emotions affects its flames? One Pokédex entry states that tough fights could excite this Pokemon. When excited, it may blow out bluish-white flames. Propane is known to produce bluish-white flames, and achieves more efficient energy release compared to other fuels. Also, nearly all creatures will produce adrenaline when threatened or excited as a part of their fight-or-flight response. So that Pokédex entry could imply that Charmeleons are capable of producing propane, or some other gas, instead of adrenaline. What's in my drink? Is that Pokemon fact number 6? Did you know that Charizard was the inspiration for the naming of a species of bees? Chili-Cola Charizard. Chili-Cola Charizard is a species of bee native to Chile. It was discovered by Canadian scientist Spencer K. Monkton, and he has said he named the bee after Charizard because his starter Pokemon was Charmander. Ooh, hey, what scent is that? Oh, it's just Pokemon fact number 7 for men. Did you know that Squirtle can drown? Squirtle has been shown to be able to drown in the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And while this isn't canon to Pokemon lore, it did get me to research things a little further. Firstly, real sea turtles can't breathe underwater. And secondly, in the Pokemon Stadium Pokédex entry for Squirtle's evolution, Wartortle, it does mention that Wartortle needs to store air for extended dives underwater. These two facts would imply that despite being a water type, Squirtle can drown. If the congregation could open your Pokédexes, I will read from the Gospel of Pokemon fact number 8. Did you know that Wartortle is said to live for up to 10,000 years? To put that into perspective, 10,000 years ago, most humans were still hunter-gatherers. And what's more is that if Pokemon were real, then one individual Wartortle could have been owned by the first Egyptian pharaoh, Alexander the Great, Jesus Christ, Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, and Tom Holland, who's taking the kids in the divorce. Pokemon fact number 9. Did you know that Blastoise's water cannons can punch through steel? Water cutting machines can cut through steel, so we can assume Blastoise is capable of outputting the same force. Blastoise's cannons are roughly 10 centimeters in diameter. This means Blastoise can fire water with an impact force of roughly 497 tons. You know, that's like getting hit with about 2 or 3 fully grown blue whales. Hey, well, Pokemon's for St. Patrick's Day. Oh, it's Pokemon fact number 10. Did you know that there's a type of real-life caterpillar that looks almost exactly like the Pokemon Caterpie? The larva of the Papiliozuthus looks practically uncanny when compared to Caterpie. Apparently that red thing is a form of defensive mimicry. The caterpillar is hoping the predators see that organ as a forked tongue and mistake the larva for a snake. I'm behind on my rent payment. Pokemon fact number 11. Did you know that Metapod has an absolutely horrific Pokedex entry? In the game Pokemon Sun, Metapod avoids moving because of the risk that it might carelessly spill its innards out. Even further, in Pokemon Ultra Moon, another Pokemon, Pikipek, actively attacks them and can tip them over, spilling out their insides. But doctor, the donor has to be a blood relative! Pokemon fact number 12. Did you know that Butterfree is extremely dangerous to be around? Nearly every single in-game Pokedex entry on Butterfree mentions that its wings are covered in toxic scales and dust. Even outside of battle, a Butterfree just fluttering its wings is enough to disperse the highly toxic powders. Add that to the fact that it's 3'7", and Butterfree seems a lot more terrifying. I've run out of milk. Pokemon fact number 13. Did you know that Weedle has an incredibly large appetite? Weedle is said to eat its weight in leaves every single day. And considering Weedle weighs an average of 3.2 kilograms, that adds up to an awful lot of leaves. To be exact, that's over 29 bags of this Tesco peppery wild rocket lettuce. That's 10,618 bags a year. That would be 1.2 tons of leaves. And the Academy Award goes to Pokemon fact number 14. Did you know that Kakuna seems to have a secret pair of arms? In Pokemon Red and Blue, Kakuna's in-game sprite seems to show itself with a pair of scythe-like appendages. Strangely, Kakuna never appears like this again. It may be that in order to evolve, it needs to conserve so much energy that it avoids using them, because you can see that they are still there, tucked in, hidden, little creepy freaks. I don't have a joke for this part. Pokemon fact number 15. Did you know that Beedrill is known to attack in swarms? The average swarm consists of 25,000 bees. That would likely be way too many Beedrills to be sustainable, so instead we'll take the total weight of the swarm, which is around 5,000 kilos. That would be equivalent to 169 Beedrills. That's a swarm of 169 extremely aggressive, 3-foot-tall murder bees. I learned it from watching you! Pokemon fact number 16. Did you know that Pidgey is extremely boring? Honestly, the most interesting thing I could find is the fact that its eggs are a food source for another Pokemon, Ekans. Which, to be fair, means that the breeding daycare in the game should really start upping its prices, considering they might have to protect the eggs from 6-foot-long poisonous snakes. Oh my god, there's birds everywhere! Pokemon fact number 17. Did you know that Pidgeotto is known to hunt another species of Pokemon, first mentioned in Pokemon Silver? Pidgeotto will hunt up to 60 miles away from its nest in search of prey. What prey? Execute. You know, maybe the reason some of these guys are all cracked and broken is from surviving Pidgeotto attacks. Pokemon fact number 18. Did you know that Pidgeot can break the sound barrier? The Pokedex says that Pidgeot can fly at speeds of up to Mach 2, which is double the speed of sound. Flying around the world at this speed would take only 16.5 hours. A standard commercial aircraft going the average cruising speed would take nearly 2 days to complete the same flight. That's around 30 hours slower than Pidgeot. It was either this or stripping. Pokemon fact number 19. Did you know that Rattata is another Pokemon with a pretty morbid Pokedex entry? In Pokemon Ultra Sun, it mentions a phenomenon that occurs in real-life rodents. Rattata's teeth will grow continuously throughout its life. If its incisors get too long, it'll become unable to eat, and it'll starve to death. Why is the Pokedex so dark? Sponsored by nothing. Pokemon fact number 20. Did you know that Raticate is able to gnaw through concrete? First mentioned in Pokemon Gold, Raticate's entry says it can even topple concrete buildings by gnawing on them. So you might think that your house is safe from a Raticate attack because you built it on a deserted island. Except that Raticate is known to be able to cross rivers and entire oceans. Hey, wanna watch the Oscars? Nothing ever happens at the Oscars. Pokemon fact number 21. Did you know that Spearow isn't very good at flying? Spearow has really short wings, and it makes it really bad at flying at high altitudes. Even to just stay airborne, it has to flap its wings at extremely high speeds. It just wanders around and eats stuff and tries to fight things that are bigger than itself. Kinda like a little angry drunk person. 15 years ago, my dad went out for a pack of Pokemon cards. Pokemon fact number 22. Did you know that Fearow is incredibly good at flying? The Pokédex says it can stay flying for an entire day while carrying a heavy load. What makes this more impressive is the fact that Fearow already clocks in at 38 kilos. So that's more than twice the weight of the heaviest real-life flying bird. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Drifting through the wind, wanting to start again. Pokemon fact number 23. Did you know that Ekans injures itself by trying to eat? In Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we get some interesting information on Ekans. By dislocating its jaw, it can swallow prey that's larger than itself. It swallows food whole, so sometimes it gets stuck, and it faints. Basically, Ekans tries to eat things that are so big, it makes itself pass out. What? Pokemon fact number 24. Did you know that Arbok will chase you forever? In Pokemon Silver, we get this. With a very vengeful nature, it won't give up the chase, no matter how far. So not only is it terrifying that an angry Arbok will be hunting you forever, but they're also over 11 feet long. You know, I actually prefer Digimon. Got him! Pokemon fact number 25. Did you know that groups of Pikachu can massively disrupt the weather? In Pokemon Red and Blue, we learned that when several Pikachus gather, their electricity can build and cause lightning storms. In the real world, the intensity of lightning storms can vary, and the most severe of which can include large hail, gale force winds, and tornadoes. I haven't slept in days. Pokemon fact number 26. Did you know that Raichu can become uncontrollably aggressive? In Pokemon Moon, we find out that Raichu gets more aggressive when its internal electricity builds up. This can get so extreme, it will attack its own trainer. Keep in mind, Raichu's electricity is so powerful, it can incapacitate an Indian elephant. Did you hear about the Shakespearean Pokemon play? It's the taming of the Sandshrew. You get it? Pokemon fact number 27. Did you know that Sandshrew has an extreme dislike of water? This likely stems from the fact that Sandshrew is weak to water types. But it's so extreme that the Pokédex mentions that if it even gets damp, it'll go as far as traveling to a volcano. Once there, it'll dry itself out, using the volcanic heat. I was trying to come up with a Darude sandstorm joke. Pokemon fact number 28. Did you know that Sandslash can run so fast it kicks up dust storms? Dust storms can have wind speeds of up to 96 kilometers an hour. For Sandslash to produce those types of winds by running, it would have to reach speeds in excess of 330 kilometers an hour. So Sandslash could easily outspeed this 2022 Ford Mustang. Pretty cool.
Why are we still here?
Pokemon fact number 29. Did you know that female Nidoran lose their ability to breed when they evolve? In the games, for some reason, female Nidoran are the only members of its family that can produce eggs. What's even stranger is the fact that Nidorina and Nidoqueen's Pokédex entries make multiple references to defending and raising their young. Look, all I'm saying is maybe there needs to be an investigation into the Pokemon daycare. Everyone always asks, who's that Pokemon? Never how's that Pokemon. Pokemon fact number 30. Did you know that groups of Nidorina attack enemies by screaming together? In Pokemon Shield, we're told, these Pokemon will band together to assault enemies with a chorus of ultrasonic waves. I've lost visitation rights. Pokemon fact number 31. Did you know that Nidoqueen is shown to have a baby form in the Pokemon anime? So this abomination shows up in the special Mewtwo Returns. Not only does this make absolutely no sense in terms of what we know about Pokemon, but we've already established that Nidoqueen lacks the ability to breed and produce eggs. So who knows? Looks like college dropouts can either be Bill Gates or make Pokemon videos. Pokemon fact number 32. Did you know that male Nidoran will go to extreme lengths to protect females? In Pokemon Shield, we learn that Nidoran will lay down its life in battle to protect the female that it's friendly with. Friends. Looks like male Nidorans can be regular old nice guys, milady. On will Catagum de la Mocadion Lahris. Pokemon fact number 33. Did you know that Nidorino possesses a horn that's harder than diamonds? So somehow Nidorino's horn is harder than every known substance in the world, and what it uses it for is to smash through boulders searching for a moonstone, which it would use to evolve and become even stronger. I like my coffee how I like the housing market. Overpriced and painful to get into. Pokemon fact number 34. Did you know that Nidoking goes on hugely destructive rampages? And multiple Pokedex entries mention that its rampages absolutely cannot be stopped. Except by one thing. In the presence of a Nidoqueen that it's lived with for a long time, it calms down. Uwu kawaii desu. Pokemon fact number 35. Did you know that Clefairy is so cute that its owners become targets? The Pokedex can't stop mentioning how unbelievably popular and cute Clefairy is. This leads to what we learn in Pokemon Ultra Sun, that trainers who show Clefairy off recklessly may be targeted by thieves. Korewa nan desu ka? Pokemon fact number 36. Did you know the Clefable lives hidden away because its hearing is too sensitive? Clefable can hear a pin drop half a mile away. Because of this, it lives deep in mountains where there aren't many people or Pokemon. This could add to the theory that Clefable comes from outer space, since sound waves can't travel through the vacuum of space. Clefable might have actually gotten some peace and quiet up there. I hope no one figures out my fear of having my mind read. Pokemon fact number 37. Did you know that Vulpix is born with only one tail? The Pokedex says it's actually born with just one white tail, which splits into more as it gets older. It's interesting to note that its tail is white when it's born, because this might relate to why its Alolan form is completely white. More to share. Pokemon fact number 38. Did you know that Ninetales' Pokedex entries are absolutely insane? Here's a short few examples of what the Pokedex has to say about Ninetales. It can live to 1,000 years. It's extremely vindictive and capable of mind control. And my personal favorite, Ninetales came into being when 9 wizards with sacred powers merged into one. Let's play a game in the comments. What age do you think I am? Pokemon fact number 39. Did you know that Jigglypuff can sing for so long that it will die? Jigglypuff sings to make its enemies fall asleep, and it won't stop singing until they doze off. When Jigglypuff sings, it never pauses for breath. If it's battling an opponent that doesn't fall asleep easily, it will just keep singing until it dies. I was thinking of opening Pokemon cards on stream, but then I remembered Pokemon cards cost money. Pokemon fact number 40. Did you know that Wigglytuff can grow to enormous sizes? One of Wigglytuff's abilities is that it's able to inflate itself with air to expand its size. In fact, it's been seen to grow to 20 times its size. Wigglytuff is 1 meter tall, so that's 20 meters. The Pokedex even says it has no known limit on how far it can expand. Zubat, are you okay? Pokemon fact number 41. Did you know that Zubat is hurt by sunlight? In Pokemon Ultra Moon, we're told that Zubat's skin is so thin they'll be burned if sunlight hits them. What I find disturbing about this is the amount of times I've sent Zubats into battle. During the day, let me check how tall Golbat is. 5 feet? Pokemon fact number 42. Did you know that Golbat feasts on human blood? Golbat can consume 10 ounces of blood in one gulp. It would take Golbat only 19 gulps to completely drain the average human, which they will try to do, as they're also known to be extremely greedy, to the point that they'll drink so much blood, they'll be too heavy to fly. About 4 facts ago, I asked people what age they thought I was. I'm 26. Pokemon fact number 43. Did you know that Oddish screams? Oddish only comes out at night, so during the day it keeps its blue head buried underground. It can be mistaken for weeds, and if you try to yank it out of the ground, it just starts shrieking horribly. Pokemon fact number 44. Did you know that Gloom's drool smells good to certain people? That drool is actually nectar that's used to attract prey, and it smells atrocious. It can even be smelled up to a mile away. However, 1 in 1,000 people will actually enjoy the stench. I think that might be a fetish. Leave a comment with your favorite Pokemon type. The type with the most comments wins. Pokemon fact number 45. Did you know that Vileplume produces huge amounts of pollen? The pollen concentration is so high that the air surrounding Vileplume turns yellow. It also likes to flap its petals to spread it around. And for some reason the Pokédex likes to tell us that the flapping sound is very loud. Your time has finally come. Enjoy. Pokemon fact number 46. Did you know that Paris's mushrooms steal its food? The mushrooms on Paris's back are actually a parasitic fungus known as Tochucaso. We're told that no matter how much Paris eats, the mushrooms on its back steal away most of its nutrients. They'll also eventually steal away its free will. 2 videos ago, I asked you to vote for your favorite Pokemon type, and the winner is Dragon types, and the loser is Rock. Pokemon fact number 47. Did you know that Parasect is basically in a permanent coma? Pokemon Sun outright states the bug is mostly dead. Although strangely, none of the Pokédex entries say that Parasect dies without its mushroom. But what does happen is it just doesn't move anymore. Still alive, just not moving. In the last video, somebody finally found a hidden Pokemon. Other videos might also have some hidden Pokemon. Be the first one to comment what the Pokemon is, you get your comment pinned. Just don't say anything weird. Pokemon fact number 48. Did you know that Venonat has more than 2 eyes? Venonat's 2 pink eye-looking things are actually compound eyes, made up of thousands of smaller eyes. If Venonat is in any way similar to a moth, like its evolution, then it's possible it could have up to 34,000 eyes. Comment below what Pokemon you would hate to meet in a dark alley. Pokemon fact number 49. Did you know that Venomoth's poisonous powders have 2 different effects? The darker powder will cause poisoning, while the lighter powder will cause paralysis. So, you know, together they'll both immobilize you and slowly kill you. What is the largest Pokemon you think you could take in a fight? Pokemon fact number 50. Did you know that Diglett is loved by farmers? Yeah. Wherever Diglets burrow, they leave behind perfectly tilled earth that is great for growing crops. So farmers will intentionally plant certain trees that Diglets love to eat the roots of to attract the Pokemon to their farms. 8,000 TikTok followers. What's next, 10K? Pokemon fact number 51. Did you know that Dugtrio can burrow ridiculously deep into the earth? Dugtrio can burrow over 60 miles underground. At this depth, Dugtrio has entered the Earth's mantle. The mantle is very hot, which means Dugtrio can resist temperatures that range from 1,000 to 3,700 degrees Celsius, or 6,692 degrees Fahrenheit for the Americans, who are the majority of my audience. This or this? Pokemon fact number 52. Did you know that Meowth is a bad friend? Meowth's Pokédex entry in Pokemon Ultra Moon mentions that you can quickly become friends with it by giving it coins. But it's sure to mention that Meowth is also fickle, and that you can't count on the friendship lasting. They'll also start fights with Murkrows over shiny things, so, you know, real pieces of work. I have many overdue library books. Pokemon fact number 53. Did you know that Persian gets targeted by poachers? Persian is known to be a vicious and difficult Pokemon to train, and you can't really blame it when you learn that it gets hunted down for the jewel in its forehead. Honestly, I thought it was going to be about Persian rugs. When playing one of the Pokemon games, I nicknamed my Psyduck Hoisin, as in hoisin duck sauce. Pokemon fact number 54. Did you know that Psyduck might be pretending to be stupid? In Psyduck's first ever Pokédex entry, it said that this wily Pokemon lures in enemies with its vacant look, and then uses its psychokinetic powers. It's interesting that this goes against nearly every other Pokédex entry, because they imply Psyduck can't control when it uses its powers. Why is Golduck called Golduck, but Psyduck is a gold duck? Pokemon fact number 55. Did you know that Golduck's Pokédex entry states that it is the fastest swimmer out of all Pokemon? Putting that into perspective, that means Golduck can outswim a Sharpedo. And Sharpedos swim at 75 miles per hour. So what, Golduck can breaststroke faster than jet skis? Are you in your 20s struggling to know what to do with your life, and without any current possibilities of owning a home? Yeah, same here. Pokemon fact number 56. Did you know that Mankey's bursts of rage help it live longer? The Pokedex tells us that because Mankey never holds in any stress, its outbursts help it to live for a long time. We're also told all the raging tires Mankey out and helps it to fall asleep. But the anger resonating in its dreams will wake it back up, making it furious all over again. I reached 8,000 followers on TikTok 6 videos ago, which was incredible, and I jokingly said, hey, what's next, 10K? I didn't even get a chance to screenshot it. It's jumped past 11. Pokemon fact number 57. Did you know that Primeape can get so angry it dies? That's right, in Pokemon Sun, we're told that it's known to get so angry that it dies as a result. I mean, that's crazy enough, but guess what else it says? Its face looks peaceful in death. So here we have it. A Pokemon that is confirmed to have been awaiting the sweet release of death. Comment below with your favorite Pokemon region. Pokemon fact number 58. Did you know that Growlithes have been loyal to humans for thousands of years? In Pokemon Ultra Moon, we're told that Growlithes have been loyal to humans for ages, and their bones have been found during excavations of Stone Age ruins. If the Pokemon world is similar to our own, this would line up with the Neolithic period. That's 12,000 years ago. Insert witty comment here. Pokemon fact number 59. Did you know that Arcanine can run for ridiculously long distances? The Pokedex tells us that across a single day and night, Arcanine can travel 6,200 miles. That's the same as going from Alaska to Nova Scotia, then to North Carolina. This breaks down to Arcanine running at an average speed of 258 miles per hour. So how do people think that 1 billion lions would win against one of every Pokemon? Even basic Pokemon, the tiniest ones, would be insane. For example, Pokemon fact number 60. Did you know that Poliwag's internal organs are visible? Much like real-life tadpoles, the swirl on Poliwag's stomach is actually its spiral-shaped innards. The Pokedex tells us that the skin on its stomach is so thin that it's see-through, but that it's also rubbery enough that even strikes from sharpened fangs will bounce right off. I don't even know how to react to the fact that my Golduck video has reached 1 million views! Thank you to everyone who watches my videos because that is insane. Pokemon fact number 61. Did you know that Poliwhirl can hypnotize attackers? In the Pokedex, we learn that Poliwhirl's spiral pattern subtly undulates, and that staring into it gradually increases drowsiness. When it's under attack, it uses its belly spiral to put its foe to sleep. Poliwhirl then makes its escape. What animal would you love to see turned into a Pokemon? I'm shocked there still isn't a dolphin. Pokemon fact number 62. Did you know that Poliwrath never gets tired? The Pokedex tells us that Poliwrath's highly developed muscles never grow fatigued. So not only is it strong enough to punch through boulders and drift ice, but we're also told it can keep swimming back and forth across the Pacific Ocean without ever resting. What's really hard and gets in the way all the time? Depression. Pokemon fact number 63. Did you know that Abra's psychic powers are the reason it's almost always asleep? The Pokedex tells us that using its telekinetic powers causes such a strain on its brain that Abra has to sleep for at least 18 hours a day. While asleep, it can still teleport away from danger, and the types of dreams it has changes the powers available to it. It's Friday the 13th, and you know what that means. It's my birthday! I'm turning 27. Not 39, not 40, 27. Pokemon fact number 64. Did you know that Kadabra is linked to a very strange rumor? That a boy with psychic powers once transformed into a Kadabra. This isn't even the first time we've seen humans turning into Pokemon. Bill accidentally turned himself into a Clefairy. But to be fair, that was with technology, not mind powers. You guys ever realize that Alakazam's head is a lot like a pentagram? Maybe those Christian moms were right. Pokemon fact number 65. Did you know that Alakazam's brain can outperform supercomputers? We see this several times in the Pokedex, alongside Alakazam's IQ. Intelligence is a hard thing to pin down, but apparently in the Pokemon world, Alakazam has an IQ of 5,000. They're pretty much sentient, psychic, logic supercomputers. Times like today are when I have to go back and rewatch my videos to make sure I don't make the same intro joke. Well, it didn't help me come up with a new one. Pokemon fact number 66. Did you know that Machop is strong enough to throw 100 people? The average global body weight of an adult human is 136 pounds. Hold on, really? Oh god, it is. So times that by 100 and we get 13,669 pounds. So Machop can throw 6.2 tons, or 6.8 US tons. I didn't know there was a difference. Machoke, more like Machoke on knees. No. Pokemon fact number 67. Did you know that Machoke's belt restrains its power? Machoke hasn't yet developed full control over its immense strength, so it wears a special belt to restrict its movements. Even while wearing the belt, Machoke is strong enough to lift a dump truck with one hand. That's 26,193 pounds. People seem excited for the Pokemon fact after this one. I wonder why. Pokemon fact number 68. Did you know that Machamp throws punches that are on par with atomic bombs? Pokemon Sun tells us that Machamp is capable of unleashing megaton level punches. A megaton is the equivalent of 1 million tons of TNT. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Machamp can fire off 500 punches every second. That adds up to 500 megatons. And for comparison, the largest nuclear detonation in history, the Tsar Bomba, was 50. Sometimes there's a day and you never think it will come. I don't think you're ever really ready for it. You know, you can prepare for it, you can try to expect it, but you won't actually be ready. It's finally happened. I never thought this day would actually come. Pokemon fact number 69, let's go! Yeah! Did you know that Bellsprout's spit is extremely corrosive? So before you get any ideas about that mouth, Bellsprout's saliva is said to be a corrosive fluid that can melt even iron. Submissive and breedable? I don't think so. Smash. Pokemon fact number 70. Did you know that Weepinbell contains a very dangerous fluid? The Pokedex tells us that Weepinbell is actually filled with an acid that can dissolve everything. And the only reason Weepinbell itself isn't melted is that its insides secrete another fluid that renders the acid neutralized. Let's try a pack, huh? I don't know the value of a Simisear. Is that worth anything? Pokemon fact number 71. Did you know that Victreebel gets more attractive the more it kills? Victreebel lures in and dissolves prey with the sweet-smelling acid contained in its body. But it turns out the more creatures consumed by the acid, the sweeter and more attractive it becomes. Oh, and they're said to live in huge hordes deep in the jungles of the Pokemon world. But nobody has ever returned from those expeditions. There's one Pokemon move I wish I could learn. Rest. Pokemon fact number 72. Did you know that Tentacool is commonly found on beaches so dried out that it's nearly like paper? The Pokedex tells us that because Tentacool's body is 99% water, it is extremely susceptible to dehydration. You'd expect it to be dead when it's found like this, but we're told that throwing it into the ocean will actually revive it. Oh, look at those. I'm glad I'm not an anime girl. Pokemon fact number 73. Did you know that Tentacruel has a lot more tentacles than you'd expect? For some reason, 23 individual Pokemon games include Pokedex entries mentioning Tentacruel's 80 venom-tipped tentacles. If I didn't know any better, I'd think there was some kind of tentacle obsession involved. We've got Geodudes, but where's the Geodudettes? Pokemon fact number 74. Did you know that Geodude isn't supposed to be able to float? Despite being shown floating or levitating numerous times, Geodude's Pokedex entries mention it walking only through the power of its hands. Even the anime tends to show Geodude on the ground. Sometimes I record these in bulk. I swear I'm not wearing the same clothes for days on end or anything. Pokemon fact number 75. Did you know the Graveler drowns in a very horrific way? Graveler is carefree while it rolls down mountains, smashing through obstacles instead of avoiding them. It doesn't even care when it loses chunks of its own body, so sometimes it'll be unable to avoid falling into a river, and it sinks. And the Pokedex tells us that with its last gasp, it explodes! I'm not really sure why. Was that always behind me? Pokemon fact number 76. Did you know that Golem can detonate on command? Golem's shell can withstand external dynamite detonations without a scratch. as well as not being harmed by its own explosions in any way. In fact, it actually explodes so casually that it uses the blast to jump from mountain to mountain and to fire itself up slopes. Have you guys realized you have no idea if I'm wearing pants? Pokemon fact number 77. Did you know that Ponyta's hooves are harder than diamonds? Ponyta's Pokédex entries state that its hooves are actually 10 times harder than diamonds. The Pokédex also mentions that Ponyta can leap over the Eiffel Tower and Uluru Ayers Rock. That champ has reached 1 million views. Golduck is on nearly 2 million, and I have over 30,000 followers. So a lot's happened. Pokemon fact number 78. Did you know that Rapidash can run at incredible speeds? Rapidash has a top speed of 150 miles per hour, or 241 kilometers. But it goes even further. Rapidash can go from a standstill to this top speed in only 10 steps. Check out my video on Super Mario Sunshine and let me know what you think. If people like it, I might make more. And if they don't, at least there's these videos, right? Pokemon fact number 79. Did you know that Slowpoke's tail is served as a delicacy in many regions? The tails fall off naturally and then regrow. They also don't feel pain if they're cut off. So people wonder why there was an issue with Team Rocket cutting off and selling the Slowpoke tails in gold and silver. Well, Slowpokes use their tails to fish. If every Slowpoke in an area suddenly and forcibly had their tails removed, they would collectively starve. If you guys could do me a favor and click this button, check out my video on Super Mario Sunshine and let me know what you think. If people like it, I might make more. And if they don't, at least there's these videos, right? Pokemon fact number 79. Did you know that Slowpoke's tail is served as a delicacy in many regions? The tails fall off naturally and then regrow. They also don't feel pain if they're cut off. So people wonder why there was an issue with Team Rocket cutting off and selling the Slowpoke tails in gold and silver. Well, Slowpokes use their tails to fish. If every Slowpoke in an area suddenly and forcibly had their tails removed, they would collectively starve. Open another pack, you know what? I will. Got Sword and Shield battle styles. I got a Cherum, but the green screen doesn't like it. Pokemon fact number 80. Did you know that Slowbro can turn back into a Slowpoke? The Pokédex mentions that if the Shelder clamped onto Slowbro's tail gets thrown off in a harsh battle, that the Pokemon will revert to being a Slowpoke. And Slowbros are also upset that because of the Shelder attached to its tail, it can no longer use it to fish. So it has to go out and swim to catch prey, which it doesn't like doing. Hey, more battle styles. There's a Buffalont and it was upside down. Like actually upside down, and a Stone Journer, but why would it be upside down? Pokemon fact number 81. Did you know that Magnemite can run out of electricity? The Pokédex mentions that if Magnemite runs out of power, you can find them just plonked on the ground. Giving the Magnemite some spare batteries will actually get it moving again. Kinda like a bee in sugar water. Also, it is so incredibly magnetic, it can pull in iron objects from 300 feet away. The last one of these packs had an upside down card. Hey, an out of focus Suicune. Pokemon fact number 82. Did you know that Magneton is so disruptive that cities have sirens to warn of their approach? Magneton's presence alone destroys electronics, causes massive earaches, and one of them will heat the surrounding area by about 2 degrees Celsius. So let's say a group of, I don't know, 20 show up in a city. They would cause massive blackouts and electrical disruption, agonizing earaches, and they would heat the air temperature of a city by an extra 40 degrees Celsius. Papa needs a new pair of whatever's valuable in this set. Hey, it's Cramorant. Pokemon fact number 83. Did you know that Farfetch'd is based on a Japanese proverb? The proverb is roughly, a duck comes bearing spring onions, which is to mean something that's an easy target or a golden opportunity. Because duck is a great thing to cook with spring onions, you know, leeks, it would be incredibly lucky if you were hungry and one was to just arrive carrying some. Some might even say that would be a little far-fetched. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little warm. That's right, I know what you're thinking. And yes, you can see my new video on the professors. Find out what these professors are based on. Pokemon fact number 84. Did you know that Doduo has latent psychic abilities? There are a few entries in the Pokédex that talk about Doduo's 2 heads communicating through telepathy. Also, if either of these 2 heads notices a threat, it'll run away at a pace of over 60 miles per hour. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little warm. That's right, I know what you're thinking. And yes, you can see my new video on the professors. Hit this button and find out what these professors are based on. Pokemon fact number 84. Did you know that Doduo has latent psychic abilities? There are a few entries in the Pokédex that talk about Doduo's two heads communicating through telepathy. Also, if either of these two heads notices a threat, it'll run away at a pace of over 60 miles per hour. If you're struggling and you know it, clap your hands. Pokemon fact number 85. Did you know that Dodrio not only has 3 heads, but has 3 of something else? That's right, it also has 3 hearts and 3 sets of lungs, which allow Dodrio to run for long distances without resting. The 3 heads are said to represent joy, sadness, and anger, and if it thinks too much, it'll become immobilized. Kinda like anxiety. What's up? It's your boy, 42069 Pokemon Lover. Pokemon Lover. Yeah, note to self, never say Pokemon Lover again. Pokemon fact number 86. Did you know that Seal uses its horn to stop itself from drowning? Seal loves living in iceberg-filled oceans and is known to be active in temperatures as low as -40 degrees. That's right, Fahrenheit and Celsius agree. -40 is -40. Anyway, if Seal is running out of breath while hunting under an ice sheet, it uses its horn to crash through the ice so it can breathe. If only all those Squirtles had horns. Just imagine how advanced we'd be without hangovers. Pokemon fact number 87. Did you know that dugong gets mistaken for mermaids? The Pokédex tells us that sailors, seeing the sight of dugongs sleeping on glaciers, mistook them for mermaids. Coupled with the fact that we're told that the colder the weather, the friskier dugong gets, it paints a very interesting picture. Stupid sexy dugongs. I always thought that a good regional variant for Grimer and Muck would be steel poison. It'd be based on mercury and how toxic it is. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for regional variants. Pokemon fact number 88. Did you know that Grimer is going extinct? In Ultramoon, we're told that because the wastewater coming from factories is clean these days, a grim reminder that this is only the Pokemon world we're talking about, Grimers have nothing to eat, so they're on the verge of extinction. Guys, Muck backwards is cum. Pokemon fact number 89. Did you know that Muck is absolutely devastating to plant life? In Pokemon Crystal, we're told that the poison that leaks from Muck's body will leave the earth that it touches barren for 3 years. But similar to Grimer, Muck is going extinct. In fact, in Ultra Sun they mentioned that sludge ponds are being built to help prevent their extinction. I'm pretty sure the people who think 1 billion lions could beat one of every Pokemon sent someone to infect me with COVID. And I've been sick for over a week. But I'm back. Checkmate, Team Lions. Pokemon fact number 90. Did you know that Shelter's shell was used by humans in a very interesting way? In Pokemon Sun, we're not only told that Shelter's shell surpasses the hardness of diamonds. In the past, humans also used the shells to make shields. It makes me want a game like Ark, but with Pokédex accurate Pokemon. Check out that Clussy. Pokemon fact number 91. Did you know that Cloyster's shell is ridiculously durable? Several Pokédex entries state that Cloyster's shell can withstand bombs and missiles. And remember how Shelter's shells were used to make shields? Well, in Pokemon Moon, we're told that ancient spears tipped with Cloyster's spikes have also been found. The Pokédex says that Cloyster's spikes are harder than its shell, so it's interesting that those spears are tipped with something that could pierce Shelter shields. Maybe one day I'll show what's behind the green screen. Is it a lovely apartment? Is it a trove of anime body pillows? Pokemon fact number 92. Did you know that Ghastly is said to be able to topple an Indian elephant in 2 seconds? So this is from Pokemon Fire Red, and what's weird about this is that Indian elephants are real animals. Raichu's entry also mentioned an Indian elephant, but now they just reference a Copperajah. The same could go for Ghastly, but there's still an issue. Copperajah is a steel type. That would make it immune to Ghastly's poison gas. But look, maybe it kills it with ghost powers. Boo! Leave a comment below who you think the most terrifying Pokemon is. Pokemon fact number 93. Did you know that Haunter kills people who have depression? In Ultramoon, we're told that it's dangerous to go out alone on nights where you're feeling sad, because Haunter will catch you
and you won't be able to go back home.
And we know what happens when it catches you because of Pokemon Yellow, where we're told it'll drain your life by licking you, which causes constant tremors and shaking until you die. Brilliant stars. What is this, a VIP card? It's a Luxray. Pokemon fact number 94. Did you know that Gengar can become a portal to the afterlife? In Sword and Shield, we're told about a rumor that Gigantamax Gengar's mouth is a portal to the great beyond. And this is actually consistent with Mega Gengar, as some of that form's body is sunken into another dimension. If you stand in front of Gigantamax Gengar's mouth, you can hear the voices of your loved ones calling out to you.
This is my hole. It was made for me.
It's too warm to think of jokes, so I'm just gonna open some cards. Don't know which is hotter, the weather or Flygon. Pokemon fact number 95. Did you know that Onix is a burrowing machine? That's right, multiple Pokedex entries let us know that this massive pile of boulders can burrow through the earth at 50 miles per hour. It's around 30 feet long and nearly as hard as diamonds. In real life, you'd be warned about Onix instead of earthquakes. You know, lately I've been feeling a little drowsy. Yeah! Pokemon fact number 96. Did you know that Drowsy is the descendant of a mythological creature? Pokemon Fire Red tells us that Drowsy is related to the legendary animal, the Baku, which is also known for eating dreams. In Pokemon Sun, we're told Drowsy is thought to share a common ancestor with Munna and Musharna. So by extension, they are also likely related to the Baku. Could you imagine having hay fever in the Pokemon world? You'd be allergic to grass types as they beat you to death. Pokemon fact number 97. Did you know that Hypno kidnaps children? We see this being attempted firsthand in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, where the player has to find a girl who's gone missing and intervenes when the terrified child gets attacked by a Hypno. Keep in mind that Drowsy's Pokedex entries mention that children's dreams taste better. So put 2 and 2 together and this Hypno was trying to feast on some delicious children's dreams. What's messy with some brown in it? This full art Eevee card. Pokemon fact number 98. Did you know that Krabby Did you know that Krabby frequently gets its claws ripped off? Multiple entries mention that Krabbies fight each other over territory all the time, and sometimes their large claws get ripped from their sockets. Brutal, but not a big deal. The claws just grow back, which is good because it uses its claws for balance, and without them, it can't walk properly. What are the chances of pulling a Kindler card on the Kingler fact? Pokemon fact number 99. Did you know that Kingler's claw is an absolute force of destruction? Multiple Pokedex entries mention that Kingler's claw is capable of outputting 10,000 horsepower, and that's nearly meaningless without some other measurements. If we take the distance covered by Kingler's claw closing to be about 4 foot, and that it takes about 1/10 of a second for its claw to close in its attack animations, Kingler's claw would need to be outputting 621,420 newtons of force for it to work out as 10,000 horsepower. We're talking about 69 US tons of force. This is my 100th video, and I'm happy to announce that I'm sponsored by... I hope that I can one day do content full time. Pokemon fact number 100. Did you know that Voltorb is a mystery? Several Pokedex entries talk about Voltorb and just how little they know about it. Voltorbs, the ones that aren't grass types anyway, were first sighted in a company that manufactures Pokeballs. Also in Crystal, we're told that during the study of this Pokemon, it was discovered that its components cannot be found in nature. Shocking, because it's electric. Let's start this video off with a bang, because it's Pokemon fact number 101. Did you know that Electrode can fly? First mentioned in Diamond and Pearl, we're told that Electrode is known to drift on winds if it is bloated to bursting with stored electricity. And what happens when Electrode is full of electricity? It explodes for the smallest reason, and sometimes no reason at all. So imagine it's a windy day and suddenly your town gets carpet bombed by flying Electrodes. Hey, I'm pretty exhausted. You get it? Because I'm genuinely tired. Pokemon fact number 102. Did you know that Execute is unexpectedly dangerous? In Pokemon Red and Blue, we're told that when Execute is disturbed, they will quickly gather and attack in swarms. Keep in mind that just a standard group of 6 can use its psychokinesis to fight off a crab brawler. Swarms of Execute would be a psychic nightmare. I would open a pack of cards, but I need to save these for when I can't think of an intro. Pokemon fact number 103. Did you know that Exeggutor is not supposed to look like this? We're told in quite a few Pokedex entries that Exeggutor originally came from the tropics, and that sunlight directly affects its growth. Pokemon Sun even tells us that people from Alola say that Alolan Exeggutor is how the Pokemon is supposed to look. In fact, back in 1997, an expansion of Pokemon cards were released called Jungle. And what do we see in the official booster box artwork? An Alolan Exeggutor, 19 years before it appears in the games. This episode involves Cubone, so it'll probably be depressing. Pokemon fact number 104. Did you know that Cubones who cry over the death of their mothers become targets? In both Pokemon Sun and Ultra Sun, we learned that a Cubone's loud weeping over the death of its mother attracts its natural enemy, Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz will attack and prey on sobbing Cubones from the air. And I will remind you that Mandibuzz is a fan of decorating itself with bones. What does Cubone hold again? Oh yeah, bones. This Pokemon fact is about Marowak, so it'll probably be depressing. Just not as depressing as Cubones. Pokemon fact number 105. Did you know that Marowaks are out for vengeance? Mounds of dirt line the sides of the roads in Alola. They mark the graves of Marowaks that are killed by its natural enemy Mandibuzz. Normal Marowaks became more violent over time as they trained with bones to combat their predators. But Alolan Marowaks have a different defense. The flames that protect them are actually the soul of their dead mother, having transformed into a
Spirit of vengeance.
So Alolan Marowaks are like the Pokemon version of Ghost Rider. Skull and everything. I drink caffeine because I don't sleep well. And I don't sleep well because I drink caffeine. Pokemon fact number 106. Did you know that Hitmonlee is extremely stretchy? Mentioned in over half of its Pokedex entries, Hitmonlee's legs can stretch like elastic bands. They can actually extend to double their normal length. Oh, and it likes to rub down its legs after a fight. No, seem to have lost my appeal to the algorithm. Pokemon fact number 107. Did you know that Hitmonchan can pulverize concrete? We're even told in Pokemon Fire Red that its punches are faster than bullet trains. The average speed of a real-life boxer's punch is about 25 miles per hour. Hitmonchan's punches are thrown at speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour. But don't worry, if you're ever fighting a Hitmonchan, you just have to dodge its punches for 3 minutes. Because every 3 minutes it needs to take a break like a real boxing match. The subject of today's video might cause some of you to act up. I'd ask that you try to keep that out of the comments section as much as possible. Pokemon fact number 108. Did you know that Lickitung's licks can cause rashes and permanent itching? That's right, in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Sword, we're told that if you don't clean yourself off after a Lickitung has licked you, you'll break out into a rash and an intense itch will set in. And apparently the itch will never go away. Oh, also, Lickitung's saliva can be boiled down into a strong adhesive. So that's a thing. I'm being responsible this episode because there's going to be a lot of coughing. Pokemon fact number 109. Did you know that coughing explodes without warning? Coughing stores several different kinds of gases within its body. Gases that range from causing sniffles, coughs, and teary eyes, to ones that are lighter than air and flammable. So on hot sunny days, coughings are known to expand and explode without warning. Wheezing kinda reminds me of the internet because it's toxic and likely filled with tumors. Pokemon fact number 110. Did you know that wheezing will go through your bins? In Pokemon Ruby, we're told that wheezing absolutely loves the gases from rotting foods. So if you've got a dirty or unkempt house, it will sneak its way inside, waits for the dead of night, and goes through all your bins. Honestly, I was expecting it to get a lot darker. Let me know in the comments below what part of the world you're watching from. Don't worry, I'm not gonna turn up outside your house or anything. Pokemon fact number 111. Did you know that Rhyhorn can't change direction once it starts charging? We're told in multiple Pokedex entries that Rhyhorn's tiny little legs are really bad at turning, and that once it starts charging, it can't change direction until it collides with something. Not that it matters if it can't change direction, since Rhyhorn usually forgets why it was running in the first place. Last time I asked what part of the world people were watching from, and it turns out most people are watching from my mother's house. Pokemon fact number 112. Did you know that Rhydon is capable of living in molten lava? That's right, Rhydon's thick hide allows it to live in temperatures as high as 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit. The most impressive thing about that is it states that it can live in these temperatures, which implies that Rhydon can actually withstand much higher degrees of heat. I went to record today's video and found this. Nothing like a little exposed wire to keep me on my toes. Pokemon fact number 113. Did you know that Chansey used to be extremely bad at running away? First mentioned in Pokemon Ultra Sun, Chansey's eggs were excessively stolen by people and other Pokemon. It was an easy target because it was a very slow runner. Over time, to protect its eggs from being eaten, it got faster and better at fleeing from danger, which anyone who's ever tried to catch the damn thing in the Safari Zone would know about. Ooh, the last time I saw that many tentacles, it was last night. Pokemon fact number 114. Did you know that Tangela's true identity is a mystery? So it turns out Tangela's real face has never been seen. Even when the vines covering its body are sliced off, they grow back too quickly to see what's underneath. But in Legends Arceus, we do learn that the vines are very refreshing to chew on. Okay. I've set up a Patreon. Sounds like a money evolution for Eevee. The link is in the description below. Patrons can even get their names at the end of these videos. Ooh, the last time I saw that many tentacles, it was last night. Pokemon fact number 114. Did you know that Tangela's true identity is a mystery? So it turns out Tangela's real face has never been seen. Even when the vines covering its body are sliced off, they grow back too quickly to see what's underneath. But in Legends Arceus, we do learn that the vines are very refreshing to chew on. Okay. I've set up a Patreon. Sounds like a money evolution for Eevee. The link is here in my TikTok bio. Patrons can even get their names at the end of these videos. Let me know in the comments what the first Pokemon game you ever played was. I'm interested to see how old I end up feeling. Pokemon fact number 115. Did you know that Kangaskhan has been known to raise human children? In Pokemon Shield, we're told that there are actual records of a lost human child having been raised by a childless Kangaskhan. In fact, we even see this in the anime, raising this weird Tarzan baby. Huge thank you to Cadman and Daniel Syed for becoming my first patrons. Patreon links in the bio. Let me know in the comments what the first Pokemon game you ever played was. I'm interested to see how old I end up feeling. Pokemon fact number 115. Did you know that Kangaskhan has been known to raise human children? In Pokemon Shield, we're told that there are actual records of a lost human child having been raised by a childless Kangaskhan. In fact, we even see this in the anime, raising this weird Tarzan baby. Huge thank you to Cadman and Daniel Syed for becoming my first patrons. Patreon links in the bio. In another universe, there could be a version of me that's telling people Digimon facts, and he's also happy. Pokemon fact number 116. Did you know that Horsey compete with each other in a very strange way? It took until Pokemon Shield for us to be told that Horseys create whirlpools with their dance-like swimming. And terrifyingly, Horseys like to compete with each other over which one can create the biggest whirlpools. Just for a second, imagine being a lifeguard in the Pokemon world. Huge thanks again to my patrons. And only 9 spaces left to become a fact founder. It's 21 degrees in Ireland. We're not built to survive in this. Pokemon fact number 117. Did you know that Seadra is a terrifying sea creature? We first learned in Pokemon Sapphire that Seadra can generate whirlpools that are strong enough to swallow fishing boats. Keep in mind that these boats regularly withstand raging storms in the North Atlantic. We're also told that its mouth is slender, but its suction power is strong. Many thanks to my patrons. I'm also working on a way to stream Pokemon games on TikTok. Some of you are degenerates. Pokemon fact number 118. Did you know that Goldeen seems to make trainers obsessed with them? Very weirdly, in Pokemon Moon, we're told this. Spellbound by the length of its horn and the beauty of its fins, many strange trainers raise Goldeen and nothing but Goldeen. I don't know about you, but I don't like the implications from that Pokedex entry. As always, thank you to my patrons. And let me know below what content you'd like to see from me. Sea King, what are they looking for? Get it? Pokemon fact number 119. Did you know that Sea King lays its eggs inside boulders? We learn in Pokemon Yellow that it hollows out the inside of boulders with its drill-like horn, splurts its eggs in. Sea King and Goldeen will then guard these eggs for over an entire month. Also in the autumn season, Sea King's body will become more fatty to attract mates. Same. It hit 33 degrees today in Dublin. That's the hottest temperature here in 135 years. Pokemon fact number 120. Did you know that Staryu is a big old bag of mysteries? Plenty of Staryu's Pokedex entries mention strange and mysterious quirks, most of them about its red core. Staryu can regenerate from being chopped to bits, as long as its core remains undamaged. We're also told that it can somehow communicate with the stars, and at night the core will slowly flicker with the same rhythm as a human heart. Well, that's an eldritch mystery if I've ever heard one. Pokemon fact number 121. Did you know that Starmie is constantly sending messages into space? Starmie, like its pre-evolution Staryu, seems to have a strong connection to outer space. Starmie's red gem core is said to constantly send enigmatic radio signals into space. Researchers have no idea what the signals are for, and what's worrying is that even being near Starmie is known to cause headaches. I'm glad I grew up in the 90s. We had Mr. Mime to teach us about stranger danger. Pokemon fact number 122. Did you know that Mr. Mime isn't guaranteed to be a Mr.? Despite its name, Mr. Mime has a 50-50 chance of being male or female in the games. In fact, its Japanese name, Barriard, makes no reference to gender at all. To be fair, the original games didn't have genders for most Pokemon yet. However, translator Nob Ogasawara mentioned that during localization of the original games, he was worried that gender-specific naming could come back to haunt them going forward. Personally, I find the movement a lot more haunting. Brilliant stars. What's so brilliant about them? I think I understand. Pokemon fact number 123. Did you know that Scyther, for some reason, was shown to hate the color red in the anime? In episode 42 of the series, Ash's Pokedex tells the group that both Electabuzz and Scyther are color sensitive, and that the color red will cause them to become enraged. It's mentioned as if it's a prominent trait of the species, but it's never brought up again. The show got pretty weird. Don't get me started on episode 38. The comment section on this video is going to be interesting. Pokemon fact number 124. Did you know that Jynx used to be black? Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, controversy arose over the fact that Jynx seemed to portray stereotypical blackface. The issue actually led to the Pokemon being recolored, and ever since, Jynx has been shown to be purple. There was also an issue in an episode where this bound-up Jynx was watching all of the other black Jynx being depicted as factory workers for Santa. I made my own hashtag. Am I hip and happening yet? Pokemon fact number 125. Did you know that Electabuzz is being blamed as a part of a cover-up conspiracy? Multiple Pokedex entries tell us that half of all blackouts are caused by Electabuzz. But strangely, back in Pokemon Ultra Moon, we're told that the truth is the cause of the outages is more often an error on the part of the electric companies. Even stranger is that in all of the games that came out after this information, they go right back to blaming Electabuzz. I'm going live on Twitch right now, playing Pokemon Showdown. You know, if you're into that Pokemon thing. Pokemon fact number 126. Did you know that Magmar is a walking environmental disaster? Magmar are 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit and dislike living in cold places. Given the fact they're normally found in active volcanoes, pretty much everywhere is cold for a Magmar. So what does it do when it dislikes where it's living? It unleashes heat waves that cause everything in the area to burst into flames. Until it's suitable for Magmar. Gonna give a big shout out to my patrons. They're a big help in supporting the series. And who doesn't like their name in the credits? Pinsir? I hardly know her. Pokemon fact number 127. Did you know that Pinsir prefers a thick partner? In Pokemon Sword, we learned that Pinsir judge each other based on their pincers. Pinsers with thicker and more impressive horns are more popular with the opposite sex. And it seems extremely important to avoid those cold nights alone, because Pinsir struggles to move in low temperatures. See what I did there with the cold, lonely nights? Because it's a temperature joke. Oh, hey, what star sign are you? Oh, me, I'm a Tauros. Pokemon fact number 128. Did you know that Tauros was one of the biggest threats in competitive Pokemon? Back in the days of Pokemon Red and Blue, this basic bull was an absolute offensive monster. Dishing out stab-boosted body slams and hyper beams were its bread and butter. But Tauros was even known to pack Blizzard, Thunder, and even Fire Blast. That's right, the Pokemon that's essentially just a literal bull could use some of the most devastating elemental attacks in the game. Magikarp, more like a pile of Pokemon fact, number 129. Did you know that Magikarp was stronger in ancient times than it is today? Said to be the weakest Pokemon in the world, as well as being called pathetic and useless by the Pokedex, Magikarp doesn't exactly have a stellar reputation. But in Magikarp's first ever Pokedex entry, we're told that its ancestors were somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants of today. You know, that's great and all, but it just makes me think, how strong were Gyarados back then? Anyone else remember how hard it was to spell Gyarados as a kid? Pokemon fact number 130. Did you know that Gyarados appears during times of war to incinerate everything? That's right, the Pokedex tells of ancient texts detailing Gyarados being drawn to cities during times of human conflict. What would result is up to a month-long rampage, where Gyarados vaporizes everything in sight, with entire cities being left as piles of ash, to the point that certain regions refer to Gyarados as the deity of destruction. So just get that Magikarp to level 20 and have yourself a good old time. We're coming to the end of Gen 1, just 20 more. Pokemon fact number 131. Did you know that Lapras is no longer endangered? In Pokemon Red and Blue, we're told that Lapras was actually on the verge of extinction. Even in 2002, during Ruby and Sapphire, we were told that they're known to sing out plaintively, seeking the last members of its species. Well, cut to Pokemon Moon, and due to protective regulations, Lapras are no longer considered endangered. Woo! The fish Pokemon population has declined rapidly due to an overabundance of Lapras. Strap in, this is gonna be a weird one. Pokemon fact number 132. Did you know that Ditto is thought to be a failed clone of Mew by Pokemon fans? Now, to be fair, you're probably thinking, this is a load of Mudsdale milk. But what if I told you they might be onto something? First things first, Mew is pink, Ditto's purple. Kinda similar, I guess, right? Well, how about this? Both Pokemon can learn the move Transform. Both weigh exactly 8.8 pounds. Both have the same colored shiny form. Also, Ditto was encountered in the mansion on Cinnabar Island, where we know for a fact Mew cloning experiments took place, as it was the birthplace of Mew's first successful clone, Mewtwo. So, you know, maybe. Which evolution is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Pokemon fact number 133. Did you know that Eevee is able to evolve into so many different forms because of its extremely unstable DNA? Studies on Eevee have shown that its genetic makeup is very susceptible to mutation caused by its environment. This can be anything from exposure to different kinds of stones, the sun and the moon themselves, and even love. By the way, those evolutionary stones are said to give off a good bit of radiation, so maybe store those in your PC just to be safe. Did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding? Pokemon fact number 134. Did you know that Vaporeon vibrates when it's about to rain? I'm not even kidding anymore, this is directly from the Pokedex. 5 different games tell us about Vaporeon's trait of trembling rapidly when it's about to rain. It's explained that its fins can actually detect the moisture in the air, and also its molecules are so similar to water it can actually melt into it, camouflaging and hiding from predators. Has everyone made it through this okay? Good, let's just hope it doesn't get to that section of the internet. Don't worry, the Vaporeon fact is done. We can start the healing process. Pokemon fact number 135. Did you know that Jolteon is extremely difficult to train? Along with producing electrical charges of around 10,000 volts, and being notoriously difficult to form a connection with because they're high-strung, Jolteon trainers would also have to constantly look out for random lightning strikes, as lightning strikes are known to naturally strike near them. Nothing like living in constant fear, am I right? It took 13 years for Flareon to get Flare Blitz. Pokemon fact number 136. Did you know that Flareon has a flaming sac? That's right, there's an organ in Flareon's body called a flame sac. Inhaled air is carried to the sac, heated, and then exhaled as 3,000 degree flames. Flareon's internal body temperature can reach 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit, all because of its sac. By the way, Flareon has the same base attack stat as Machamp. I mean, to be fair, the game wouldn't really be playable if it was lore accurate. For safety, I'm not going to show any clips from this fact. Pokemon fact number 137. Did you know that Porygon's episode in the Pokemon anime sent over 600 real-life children to the hospital? The episode, known in English as Electric Soldier Porygon, was banned from being shown worldwide after a flashing red and blue explosion effect sent over 600 children to the hospital with seizure-like symptoms. So people think it makes sense when they learn that Porygon hasn't appeared in the show since. After all, it was the cause of the explosion. Right? Wrong! Turns out it was actually Pikachu's Thunderbolt hitting missiles that caused the explosion. Regardless, ever since then, Porygon has been punished, while Pikachu got away scot-free. Praise Helix! Pokemon fact number 138. Did you know that Ammonites are leading to a Pokemon version of Jurassic Park? We're told in Pokemon Sword that because Ammonites have either escaped or been released by trainers into the wild, the species is becoming a problem. Yeah, reintroducing a creature that's probably been extinct for millions of years. What could go wrong? I guess people aren't really fans of Omanyte. Pokemon fact number 139. Did you know that Omastar was so thick, it went extinct? Yeah, apparently Omastar's shell developed to be so big and well armored, it could no longer freely move. This meant it wasn't able to hunt properly, but good luck if you did somehow end up in its grip, because Omastar's beak mouth thing was so powerful it could crack Shelder shells, which if you remember is supposed to withstand any attack. I guess they probably meant all non-extinct attacks, at least before they brought them back. I've lied to everyone. I prefer the Dome fossil over the Helix fossil. Pokemon fact number 140. Did you know that Kabuto never went extinct? Even though Kabuto can normally only be obtained by restoring it from a fossil, or from breeding the already restored specimens, the Pokedex outright tells us that in a certain region, Kabuto sightings still happen. Turns out the region being mentioned is most likely Galar. As in the Crown Tundra, you can actually encounter wild Kabuto at both the Giant's Foot and the Roaring Sea Caves. Classic Galar, hoarding fossils for itself. It's always about the Kabutops, but what about the Kabutottoms? Pokemon fact number 141. Did you know that Kabutops was trying to become a land Pokemon? Pokemon professors noticed the gradual change over time in the legs and gills of Kabutops fossils, which led them to believe that Kabutops was actually in the middle of trying to adapt to live on land, because its prey had already left the oceans behind. They're not sure what caused Kabutops to die out, but one theory from Pokemon Ultra Sun says that it might not have adapted in time, so it just died from lack of prey. Funny that Aerodactyl's known as a fossil Pokemon. Doesn't even get resurrected from its own fossil. Pokemon fact number 142. Did you know that Aerodactyl is a direct reference to Jurassic Park? Aerodactyl's able to be revived from extracting its DNA from an insect that was preserved in an item called the Old Amber, just like how it's done in Jurassic Park. The Pokedex also says that when it was first restored, it was more ferocious than expected, and some casualties resulted. I think I've heard this one before. The artwork for the Old Amber is also one of the few times you see a real-life animal in the Pokemon series, at least until they turn it into a Pokemon in one of the future games. Apparently Snorlax can swallow a muck without any problems. Pokemon fact number 143. Did you know that Snorlax could only be properly raised by the rich? Unsurprisingly, Snorlax eats a lot of food. In fact, it eats 880 pounds of food a day. So if you were raising a Snorlax and fed it, say, bags of these Tesco Irish carrots, that would be 799 bags of carrots a day. 291,635 bags a year. So at $471 a day, that ends up being about $172,000 a year, just to keep it fed. There's probably cheaper ways, but carrots is the first thing that came to my head. Articuno's Japanese name is Furiza. Literally means freezer. Pokemon fact number 144. Did you know that Articuno is pretty much a guardian angel? This legendary ice bird is said to live high up in mountains that are riddled with permafrost. Articuno's first Pokedex entry from Red and Blue tells us that it's said to appear to doomed people who are lost on icy mountains. You know, on second thoughts, it's never explicitly said that it's there to help. Turns out it might be more of an angel of death. Also, I've edited one of my TikTok streams into a video. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Articuno's Japanese name is Furiza. Literally means freezer. Pokemon fact number 144. Did you know that Articuno is pretty much a guardian angel? This legendary ice bird is said to live high up in mountains that are riddled with permafrost. Articuno's first Pokedex entry from Red and Blue tells us that it's said to appear to doomed people who are lost on icy mountains. You know, on second thoughts, it's never explicitly said that it's there to help. Turns out it might be more of an angel of death. Also, I've edited one of my TikTok streams into a video. If you follow this button in my bio, you can check it out. Tell me what you think. Zapdos, more like... wait. Pokemon fact number 145. Did you know that Zapdos is very similar to a certain mythological creature? It's very likely that Zapdos was based on the Native American legend of the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is a, well, spirit of thunder that takes the form of a giant bird. Much like Zapdos, who was said to control lightning and nest inside of thunderclouds. Funnily enough, in the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you have to defeat Zapdos to meet with another Native American-inspired Pokemon, Xatu. As a kid, realizing it was Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres was mind-blowing. Pokemon fact number 146. Did you know that Moltres heals itself with volcanoes? It's a phoenix. Its flames are so bright it'll even turn the night sky red. Also, if somehow Moltres is injured by something, say Joey's top percentage Rattata, it will seek out a volcano to heal its injuries. And how does it do it? It just dips its body into the lava, emerging fully restored. I'm telling you, it's literally a phoenix. Turns out that in the Pokemon world, they make expensive boots out of shed Dratini skin. Pokemon fact number 147. Did you know that Dratini was thought to be just a fairy tale? Get it? Because it's weak to fairy. Dratini is so rare in the Pokemon world that until recently it was considered a myth. The only evidence they had were the remnants of its shed skin. It was finally confirmed to exist after it was fished up by a fisherman after a 10-hour struggle. That fisherman must have been a superhuman, because even baby Dratini are about 6.5 feet long. Although strangely, they do only weigh about 7 pounds. Look, I'm not going to say anything about Dragonair's tail, but I mean... Pokemon fact number 148. Did you know that Dragonair's crystal orbs actually have a purpose? And no, not that. Dragonair is said to store an enormous amount of energy within its crystals on its body. Why does it do it? Oh, just to control the weather. If you thought that Dragonair could fly because of dragon magic, you'd be wrong. It actually flies by controlling the wind itself to carry it through the skies. Actually, I guess that is dragon magic. Hey, psst. You want your name in the credits? You can become a patron by checking out my profile. Anyone remember when Lance cheated by using level 47 Dragonites? I do. Pokemon fact number 149. Did you know that Dragonite is just constantly saving people? Dragonite's Pokedex entries tell stories about how it will lead ships through storms, flying around the world, saving people drowning in the sea, and even one entry in particular from Pokemon Sun, which tells us about one shipwrecked man who was saved by a Dragonite and was taken to a remote island paradise, which was occupied solely by Dragonites. You know, maybe that's where Lance got his underleveled Dragonites. Tomorrow is the final Pokemon fact. At least from Gen 1, there's still 8 more to go, baby! Woo! Pokemon fact number 150. Did you know that Mewtwo was tortured by a certain scientist and turned it into the most savage Pokemon? Mewtwo's first ever Pokedex entry tells us that it was created by a scientist after years of horrific gene splicing and DNA experiments. So who is the scientist that tortured Mewtwo? Well, everything points to the nice old man in Lavender Town who looks after abandoned Pokemon, Mr. Fuji. Firstly, he has an old photo of himself with Blaine, the gym leader for Cinnabar Island, which is home to the mansion where the experiments took place. The doctor who created Mewtwo from the first Pokemon movie is named Dr. Fuji. And the Pokemon Origins series just straight up says that Mr. Fuji was Dr. Fuji. You think you know a guy? And it turns out he was torturing an experimental abomination for years. Did you know that Mew gave birth? Pokemon fact number 151. The player can read journal entries written by a scientist in the mansion on Cinnabar Island, the same mansion where the horrific cloning experiments that created Mewtwo took place. Strangely enough, one of the journals explicitly states, Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. This would seem to contradict the idea that Mewtwo was a clone, right? Well, as with real-world cloning, a birth would likely still have been needed. So it would seem the implication here is that Mew was used to incubate a genetically modified embryo. The newborn would have been experimented on until they could no longer control it, where it would escape to the Cerulean Cave. The more you look into the lore in Gen 1, the darker it gets. Well, there you go. One fact for every Pokemon in the first generation. I really hope I didn't forget anything. Hey, looks like we've got a Gen 1 bonus fact. Pokemon fact number... Did you know that Missingno, the notorious glitch Pokemon, had some really creepy forms? Missingno could be encountered back in the good old glitch-filled days of Gen 1. You'd run into it through a glitch on the shore of Cinnabar Island. And yes, you could even catch it. There was Missingno's basic appearance, but depending on how you got the glitch to happen, it could also have other forms. For example, it could appear as one of the ghosts from Lavender Town, or even the skeletal remains of a Kabutops or an Aerodactyl. And see, people wonder why a bunch of us thought the original games were haunted, and it's because of stuff like this. If you'd like your name in these credits, and who wouldn't, then become a patron. Links in the description below. And thanks for watching.